yeah. Apply pressure from every angle, you feel me? Yeah, you know, attack move. Never fold, man. Nah, never fold, never quit, yeah. Keep going, like, yeah.
Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they gotta feel me, yeah. Now they finna feel me. I try to keep it cool, but niggas always act a fool. So now they gotta,
yeah, I smoke that dang. Tryna get M's in the bank, fuck what they think. Knock a nigga whole mouth out. Come inside me, top break, throw hands like Tank. Knock it out the park like Hank. I've been doing them planks, what you got on my drink? I've been trying to keep my sane. Humanity so lame, fuck you and your gang. Speaking on the dead man's name.
Roll Tide, full of pride. Roll Tide, full of pride. Back again. Here we go again for another show. This is the state of Alabama, part 3. I repeat, this is the state of Alabama, part 3. The state of Alabama football. In which direction are they going? If you ask me right now, as far as recruiting goes, as far as just how the work they did, the work they put in the portal, the players returning, the secondary, the defense, I would tell you, the state that Alabama football is in right now is in a good state. Now they have a lot more work to do. They have to continue to grow, get bigger, get faster, get stronger. This is the off season, so the off season program is in full effect. I saw a couple of the videos where them boys getting it in, working out on the grind, putting that work in heavy. So I respect it, man. I respect it. I'm here for it, but they got to keep going. They got to get stronger. A very pivotal offseason for the Alabama football team. Got a few things to talk about in the show today. Before I dive into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with any and everybody you know. Support the grind, support the channel. Why not? Takes less than 1 second. Roll Tide, full of pride. I repeat, Roll Tide, full of pride. Now we're going to get into more recruiting news, of course. We're also going to break down the roster as of now. We're going to really break down and do a deep dive into the linebacker room. Q Reese to be exact. One of the many linebackers who will make a splash. You know, as far as the linebacker room goes, you expect to see a maybe heavy rotation. Now, it will be evident who the starters are and who plays majority of the time. But at the end of the day, expect to see at least 3 different rotations between amongst the Alabama linebackers. Period. Bottom line, no cap. Matter of fact, the Alabama defense as a whole, because they have first string guys, second string guys who could definitely be first string guys. So I expect to see them play as well. In the safety room, boom. Of course, you got Keon Sabb and Bray Hubbard. But don't be shocked or surprised if you see Mincy in the rotation, if you see Dre Kirkpatrick Jr. in the rotation. Kirkpatrick Jr., a safety I have spoken on before. That man is physical, that man is aggressive, and that man lays the lumber. If he can just stay out of trouble and keep his mind right, sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit for that dog. But the Alabama defense is stacked. I stand on that 10 toes down, period. Bottom line, no cap. You hear me? Heavy. All facts, no cap. So the Alabama defense is ready. I love the trajectory it is going in. But like I always say, a lot more work to be done. Alabama has more work to put in, more work to put in. And right now we know spring ball is right around the corner. A lot of competitions, a lot of battles. From the QB competition, from the QB position, running backs room, right? Receivers room, all that. We know Ron Williams is engaged. So where's his mind at? Is he fully locked in? But his spot can definitely be taken. For real. His spot is definitely up for grabs. I believe K-Dog will make it be so where everything will be earned, nothing is given, and he will make sure, I repeat, make sure the best men, the best players are on the field. No hesitation, bro, for real, no way around it. We need the best guys on the field week in, week out. No favoritism, politics, boom. Which booster is paying this? Who's paying this? Who's saying that? Kill that noise, poppycock. We want the best dogs on the field for real. Why? That gives Bama the best chance to win. But we know recruiting is at an all-time high. A lot of news coming in, coming out, coming in, coming out. But Bama is in play. I repeat, Bama is in play for some big time, big name players. I've talked about them already. Guess what? I will continue to talk about them, speak about them, period, because you have some classes coming up and coming in, starting with the 2026 class. You got freshmen in that class who could play right away. The 27 class, you got a chance to be number one. A few signings here, a few signings there. Bama has the number one recruiting class, but even more important, some may say, the 2028 class is some real battles going on. There's some real battles in the 27 class as well, with some big names, high profile schools. So at the end of the day, Bama must continue to battle. K Dog must continue to battle. The state of Alabama is really good right now, but they have to keep growing and keep building. I really believe they learned and they will turn that Indiana loss, horrible, horrific loss, into a real win. No way around it. I stand on that 10 toes down. But everyone must believe, everyone must be on the same accord. And it starts with K Dog and his staff. And the moves he has made thus far, I agree with him. You had to get rid of Coach Cap, and you bring in a guy like Adrian Clem, a vet. He played the game, has experience in the game, full action. I'm sure he knows how to identify, but not only identify talent, but mold and develop that talent right, put that talent in the best position to win. And that's what it's all about. So at the end of the day, I really like where this team is at and the direction they are headed. But they got to continue to grow. I will always say they have to continue to grow. But according to videos and rumors, speculations, news, etc., truth, etc., them boys really putting that work in on the football field and in that weight room. Them boys going real hard. Got me ready to start recording my workouts again. Shouldn't say workouts, my training days again. Yeah, workout is a joke, homie. We really train over here around yonder. You hear me? Heavy. Period. No cap. But I heard them boys is going hard in that training facility and in them training rooms. And that's where it starts, at least right now. Put the work in, man. Build your body. Develop more, develop more. Strength and conditioning. I repeat, strength and conditioning, very important. What is the program like, baby? What is the program like? Is it intense? Is it amped up? Are they getting jacked up? Are they really building strength, etc.? Are they getting faster, stronger, bigger? Or are they on the right nutrition program, man? Like all of the above matters. So we're going to see how this offseason goes and continues to go. And at the end, when it's all said and done and the smoke clears, we're going to see where Bama is at. But I feel like it will be a good place. So let's go ahead and hop in, dive into these articles. I believe we got some more new news in today, so I will be checking everything out. Like I say, a lot of recruiting news. The recruiting hunt is on. It's a real battle for real. You know, Bama is in battles with Ole Miss, with Tennessee for certain positions, right? Come on now, homie, for real. Certain positions, certain position groups, and the list goes on. So I can just go ahead and break it down in the boogie downtown. Let's just start here first, hop right into it. No need to waste any time. And I'm also going to get into the guys on the roster now. Like I say, do a deep dive, a deep look into the linebacker position. Certain names pop out. Certain players flashed in certain games last year. Even if it was young guys getting opportunities, the Q Reese's, maybe, baby. I expect great things and big things from Q Reese, baby. He flashed in the ULN Monroe game last year, this past season. I expect him to flash all year. He might even be a starter for real. A lot of competition, a lot of talent in that linebacker room. On the defense as a whole, I mean, shit, on the offense as a whole, right? Right. Will that talent be developed? Will that talent be put in the best position to win? Right? Will they be on the same accord? Will it be orderly conduct, zoned in, locked in, week in and week out? That's what it's about, man. For real. That's what it will come down to. So we're gonna start here. Now you know about Anthony Sweeney. I've spoken on Anthony Sweeney before. Nation's number 3. I repeat, the nation's number 3 edge rusher in the land, Anthony Sweeney. Keep your name out. Keep your eye out for Anthony Sweeney, baby, for real. Sweeney set spring schedule with a few SEC schools setting the pace. What does that mean? What does that mean? Subliminally, maybe that means it's real competition for him. Bama will have to battle to get him. Period. And you're not gonna be shocked at all. That's what it comes down to. Sometimes this is the game they're in. Pay for play, but it's much bigger than pay for play because we've seen players already not just go to the pay, but instead of go to the pay, they go to where their spirit leads them, their heart leads them, man. Where they wanted to play as a kid. They've had big dreams of playing for Bama, putting that A on their helmet, A on their back, their chest, etc. Man, putting their uniform on, rocking that Bama jersey, right? Repping the Crimson Tide, Roll Tide full of pride. Only is that MD Izzy from Maryland. Good cancel blue chip edge rusher Anthony Sweeney tells rivals he has spring visits mapped out. The rival industry's number 3 edge rusher will begin at Alabama on March 9th, head to South Carolina on March 18th. You know, South Carolina loves edge rushers, and trust me, dog, if South Carolina is after him heavy, that means he's a great player potentially. Because one thing about South Carolina, they bring in and put out great edge rushers. I repeat, they bring in, homie, and put out great edge rushers, especially recently. Or as far as the ones who are on their team now. They got a bunch of levy dogs on them outside at that outside edge rusher position, man, for real. On March 18th, get to Auburn on March 24th, hit LSU on March 28th, and wrap up the month at local Maryland on March 31st. So he's a Maryland guy. Shout out Maryland in the building. You know, but the fact the board is going everywhere, K-Dog is going everywhere searching for talent. But when SEC schools want him, so many as well, the Auburns, the Alabama, the South Carolinas, the Tennessees, right, the LSUs, that means he has something special, man. I repeat, that means he has something special. Yeah, when all the SEC schools are attacking, right, and going after certain guys, from Maryland, from up north, etc., the guys from Jersey, that means they have real pure talent. April trips include Oregon on the 2nd, Texas Tech on the 4th, and Texas A&M on the 11th. These visits are very important because they will ultimately drive my decision, Sweeney said. My goal is to see how the position coach works with the edge room and to see firsthand how they are developed. Very important to him, and it makes sense, of course. I would say it's been a tight race so far, and I'm very thankful to be in this position. The schools that have stood out from the group are tied to elite coaching and the relationships I've been able to build with them. Texas A&M, Alabama, Tennessee, and South Carolina are a few of the programs I've been getting to know for quite some time now. So it's just been a blessing. As it stands, all of schools I've been talking to have a real shot, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to show me I'm a priority. I know I will be a game changer at the new level. Beyond the spring trips, Sweeney will get back to Alabama for his official visit the weekend of May 29th and then to Texas A&M on June 12th. Alabama has always been a favorite for Sweeney. What keeps me high on the team is their ability to develop me into an elite pass rusher and, of course, the culture. Sweeney said, they have made me a priority from the time I got the offer back in April. And that's very important that Bama has done that. I think that will go a long way in him picking his school, period. It gives them a great chance at acquiring him. Sweeney had a great experience in College Station during the fall. What excited me most about the visit is how I can tell everything at Texas A&M revolves around football, from the supportiveness of the fans to the passion shown by players and coaches throughout the day. Most importantly, the D-line was really aggressive, and I could see myself playing for Coach Elko. And we know last year A&M had a really good defensive line. That tells you how good Miami was up front. Tennessee is going to be one to watch. Tennessee is a special place. Coach Heupel is a coach who takes pride in developing his players and winning at a high level. I'm looking forward to getting down there for my spring visit. South Carolina is one Sweeney has kept an eye on as well. What continues to excite me about South Carolina is the coaching staff and culture. He said in the past, it's real genuine people who care about me and know what it takes to get me to the next level. Yeah, you probably got a good point there, but you ask which school, if you break it down in the boogie downtown, can really give him the best chance to succeed at the next level. I think it's been proven Bama is ahead of SC South Carolina when it comes to that aspect of college ball. Now, no disrespect to SC, they definitely put good players in the league. But we talking about really being ready and prepared for the next level, baby. I mean, yeah, come on now. Once again, homie, no disrespect. South Carolina, they do they thing, but it's a difference. It's levels. It is levels, definitely. These other programs aim to make a move during the spring. Sweeney is the number one prospect in Maryland and number 21 prospect nationally, regardless of position. So he's a real A1 day one player. Whoever gets him will get a really potential future star, a really big dog, a real levy dog around yonder. Coming out of Maryland, Baltimore. Once again, shout out respect to Maryland and Baltimore. But this is the battle. I repeat, this is the battle K Dog will have to face. And he may lose some, but he needs to win majority of them. We talk about pay for play. All right, bet. Let's say some of these players do want a bigger bag. Guess what? Sock it to they damn pockets, Bama. I say sock it to their pockets. Like for real. They say Bama broke. Stop it. Huh? Come on now. Stop the cap for real, man. Bottom line, point blank, period, huh? Yeah. Ain't no way in hell Bama broke. Ain't no school in college football broke. Especially no Division 1 powerhouse school. Come on now, man. They've been getting money for years. So guess what? If you got to pay a little extra to certain players, then you pay a little extra to certain players. But you don't let certain guys get away nor walk away. You attack, you attack. And there's guys out there, I know for sure, for certain, that they won't be led by the money or materials. It's even some guys out there who got good people, smart people, people with some common sense around them and who really care about them around them. So they will be helped. They will have the help to make the best decision. Period, man. I stand on that 10 toes down. Every situation will be different from the next. But at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is. Players who want to come will come. Players who don't will go. They will go somewhere else. Sweeney had a great experience in College Station during the fall. I just read that part. We go boom, boom. Tennessee is a special place. Coach Heupel is a coach who takes pride in developing his players. Already read this shit here. So yeah, that's Anthony Sweeney right there, man. Edge rusher out of Maryland. Keep an eye out for him. Definitely, bro. For real. We talk about QB QBs of the such and such. Bama's really been going in heavy. I repeat, going in heavy on quarterbacks. We got another 4-star potentially in the building. I repeat, another 4-star potentially in the building. Oh yeah. I mean, really the recruiting never really stops. Why? Because it goes really realistically year round. So the recruiting really never stops. 4-star QB Dane Weber talks 8 front runners and visit plans. Yeah. Dane Weber will have a busy spring, and then the 4-star quarterback from Temecula, California, Chaparral should be ready to make his commitment. Weber released his top 8 of Kansas, Cincinnati, Oregon, UCLA, Kansas State, Michigan, Stanford, and Cal, along with an extensive visit schedule ahead of any decisions. So Bama isn't quite in his top right now, but with one visit could change everything. I repeat, one visit could really change every damn thing. Oh yeah. Thursday evening, roll tide full of pride. Roll tide full of pride, baby. Shout out my dog Delt in the building. You hear me? Heavy. Roll tide. Spring ball is right around the corner. Spring ball is right around. But the recruiting battle. And like I said, K Dog has ties pretty much everywhere. Just from the places he has coached, places he has been for show. So a benefit for him, definitely. Period. Definitely a benefit for the board. Let's get back into the article. Boom. USC did not make the top list since the Trojans haven't offered yet, but the Temecula Chaparral standout still plans to visit in late March. Teammate Ellie Woodward, a 3-star receiver, recently committed to the Trojans. As for visits, Weber will see Stanford March 7th, Cal on the next day, USC on March 24th, and then Oregon to close out that month. He'll head to Cincinnati for his official visit on April 2nd, followed by his Kansas official the following weekend, and he'll see Kansas State by mid April as well. Weber is expected at UCLA on April 23rd and May 2nd. He'll be at Cal for his official visit on May 28th, and then his official with the Bruins. And then his official with the Bruins will be June 19th, but he could be committed by then. So where the hell does Bama fit in? Below, Weber gives a detailed look at what he likes about his 8 front runners. So why the hell are they showing him if Bama isn't in his top 8? Hmm. Let's see here. Yeah, so why the hell does it really matter? I guess they're just showing some of the top guys. Let's get back to see who we got coming in the building. Take us back there, get back into this list. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. So a lot of things happening, a lot of things happening, shaking up in Bama as far as recruiting goes. Pretty much got to stay on it day to day, day by day. Some of them I've already gotten into. I'm gonna just go ahead and break this one down. 4-star defensive back Gideon Gash reacts to pretty amazing offer from Alabama. So another 4-star defensive back, cornerback, potentially in the building. Bama has given an offer to. Earlier this month, on February 2nd, Alabama safeties coach Jason Jones extended an offer to 2027 defensive back Gideon Gash. Nice little flashy name right there, man. Gideon Gash. Bama Online caught up with the Detroit native shortly after to hear what his reaction was to the news. So a guy out of Detroit, shout out Detroit. They called me up and said they like my size, how I can move. Gash told BOL, I'm 6'4". I'm a 6'4" corner, another big corner that Bama likes. If you peep game, bro, peep the game. Bama's been bringing in, I repeat, bringing in real big corners. Kane Walmack is setting his defense up well. They already got tall corners on the roster, and damn near every other recruit they've offered to thus far is a big, tall corner. This guy right here, 6'4". We know Dejon Lee, 6'4". Xavier Brown, what, 6'2", maybe the shortest of them all. But he still has nice size and height on him as well. So Kane Walmack is putting together what he wants his defense to look like, period. All facts, no cap. But something is definitely brewing. I repeat, something is definitely brewing in Alabama. Yeah. I'm a 6'4" corner. You don't really see that a lot, you know. They said they like my size and how I can come down and tackle in space. It was really cool. Alabama is a very big, prestigious program. They have a background. Getting that offer from Alabama was pretty amazing. Just knowing the reputation they have and knowing they don't just hand out offers to anyone. Gash's 6'4" size sets him apart from many defensive backs, but falls right in line with the type Alabama has been recruiting lately. He's a versatile player, playing both cornerback and safety in his high school career at Detroit Catholic Central. He's ranked as a 4-star prospect in the 2027 class, according to the Rivals industry rankings, coming in as the number 247 overall player, a top 25 safety, and a top 5 player in the state of Michigan. And let's see his Rivals industry ranking ranks him 90.11 to be exact. Here we go. Rivals, he's ranked 265 nationally, 28th among safeties. And is that Michigan number 7? Know if that MI means Michigan. 24/7 Sports, he's not ranked nationally at all. He's ranked 32 among all the safeties, number 5 safety in Michigan. ESPN got him ranked in at 293, 30th, number 30 out of safeties, and the number 5 safety in Michigan. So right away, like I always say, don't get too caught up in the hype or the numbers. This could all change after his senior year, right? All these guys coming into 27 got one more year of ball left. But those rankings could definitely go way up. And next year, don't be shocked if he is a 5-star. That's how quickly the game changes. That's how quickly the rankings go up. I mean, you look at a Keelan Russell. One year he was ranked in the 300 numbers. Next year he come back, boom, have an amazing season. He's the number 1 quarterback in his class. That's how quickly it happens. But Gideon Gash, keep an eye out for Gideon Gash. I definitely like his size. Once again, definitely fits Kane Walmack's scheme as well. Gash had some familiarity with Alabama even before the offer. His older brother, Samson, a wide receiver in the 2026 class and a Michigan State signee, was once a target of the Crimson Tides. Gideon came with Samson on his official visit on November 8th for Alabama's home game against LSU and got to experience Tuscaloosa up close. Yeah, pretty surprised his brother picked Michigan State. Maybe he just wanted to stay at home. Maybe he got a little homesick. Hopefully, this young boy here, his younger brother Gideon Gash, recognize what Bama is, who Bama is, and recognizes the standard and says, hey, I ain't got to stay in Michigan, homie. I'm going to take my talents elsewhere. And no disrespect, shout out Michigan, shout out Detroit for sure. But at the end of the day, Bama won all the best players around yonder. At the end of the day, this is a real recruiting battle. Hometown kid or not, I could give a damn. Bama, go get him. 6'4", I'm sure he's fast. Go get Gideon Gash. Period. No cap. Heavy, man. Roll Tide. It's the way of the game. I went down there and met all the coaching staff, Gash said. It was amazing. I just remember being at the game. It was against LSU. There wasn't a single open seat in the crowd, and it was jumping until the end. The atmosphere of SEC football is definitely a little different down there. It was amazing. The facilities are top notch. Their weight room, they keep you super healthy. They're checking on their charts, making sure you make weight or lose weight or whatever you have to do. Campus was super nice. A lot of friendly people down there. Shout out Bama for holding it down and continuing to set the damn standard, dog. Heavy. Don't ever forget. I repeat, don't ever forget Alabama is still the motherfucking standard of all this shit round here. You hear me? Heavy. Roll Tide. Yeah. Come on now. It was an amazing time, and I'll try to be visiting soon. I want to take an OV up there probably in the early summer. Gash holds a number of high profile offers. He's already visited Michigan State this winter, while Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and plenty others are in the fold as well. As he considers his options and makes it back to Tuscaloosa for another visit, he said he's looking to see what kind of culture Alabama has in the Kalen DeBoer era. Oh yeah, come on down, man. Come on down. It is a great culture, especially now. I want to see the culture, Gash said. I know they have a really good coaching staff and they have the background. Now that Saban's gone, I want to see more of what the culture is like, how they're continuing the legacy. They had a decent year this year, mainly also the connection I feel with the coaches, how much they want me. I want to go where I'm gonna fit in. Yeah, come on around yonder to Bama, dog. You will fit in just fine, very well. Matter of fact, dog, might be the best fit you ever been in, the best system, schemes, etc., homie. For real. I'm talking per, so damn per. Yeah. Let's see here. Alabama has certainly made an impression on Gash in the week since he was offered, but he's still a ways away from making any decision. I'm blessed to have an offer from them, Gash said. Growing up, it was a dream to go to Alabama. I'm going to have to find what the right school is for me. They're definitely in the top schools I'll go to. They're definitely up there, and I have a lot of time to decide. I'm hoping to narrow some of my schools down over the summer and then make my decision. So once again, Bama will have another, maybe a couple more opportunities to get him in the building and really have a positive influence on him when he schedules his OV. So a lot of great players, a lot of potential great players right at the door, man, for Bama for real. For some of them, it definitely will be a battle, but it's a battle Bama must fight and win. Period. Then we got another crazy athlete potentially in the building. Alabama sets official visit with versatile 2027 athlete Brooklyn Maxey. I repeat, his name is Brooklyn Maxey. Keep an eye out for Brooklyn Maxey, homie. Heavy. Oh yeah. Let's check out more about him. You can definitely never have enough athletes on your squad, on your team. Brooklyn Maxey is a 27 athlete from Carrollwood Day School in Tampa, Florida. Shout out Florida in the building. Heavy, roll tide, who has more than 20 offers and has started scheduling his official visits. One of those trips is to the University of Alabama after he received an offer from the Crimson Tide last month. Maxey is being recruited by schools on both sides of the ball, and it may come down to where he envisions a long-term future. Maxey will take on Maxey will take an official visit to Alabama on June 5th through the 7th. He has also scheduled trips to Mississippi State May 28th to the 30th, Kansas State June 12th to the 14th, and Kentucky June 19th through the 21st. He took unofficial visits to Kentucky and Louisville in January. It wasn't until later in the month that he saw an influx of new offers, which included the Crimson Tide, January 23rd, Auburn, Boston College, Florida State, North Carolina, SMU, and others. So pretty much offers from all around the U.S., from all the top big schools, bro. Period. Heavy. And this right here, basically showing Bama giving him his his offer letter, or his sending him his offer letter. He's reading it. Heavy. Brooklyn Maxey, June 5th to the 7th, locked in. Yeah, really locked in. Told them boys gotta lock in with me, man. For real. Yeah. Alabama offered the 6'2", 215-pounder as an inside linebacker, while others are recruiting him as a wide receiver, damn, or safety. So he's a real athletic freak. Pretty much, I'm sure, can do it all, play anywhere. But the fact teams are looking at him to play different positions, some receiver means he's very athletic, speed as well, can obviously catch the ball, or safety, or linebacker as well. That's real crazy work. Maxey recorded 1,115 all-purpose yards with 9 touchdowns during his junior season. He also had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns while adding 37 tackles on defense. And he's doing this in a state where high school football is pretty important. It's a lot of talent around yonder in Florida. Oh, yeah, them Florida boys get right. And you see what Miami is doing right now. But it's a lot of talent down there in that Florida area, baby, for real. Heavy, homie, no cap. So he's not playing against a bunch of slouches, right? He's not playing bums. He's going up against real elite talent at the high school level, week in, week out, every Friday. Oh, yeah. Alabama currently appears to be the only school pursuing him as a linebacker, with position coach Chuck Morrell leading the efforts in the Tide's pursuit. Maxey has yet to discuss his position preference or share more on his interest in Alabama beyond revealing his offer and official visit plans to this point. BOL hopes to have more with Maxey soon, but he is expected to visit Tuscaloosa for the first time in March or April for spring practice. Let's check out some of his highlights, bro. I think it's definitely worth checking out some of his highlights. Oh man, Linda P in the building. I have arrived. EJ, roll damn tide. Alabama is stacked. Shout out Linda P in the building. Shout out Linda P in the building, baby. Roll tide full of pride. Roll tide. What a siren that, man. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out Linda P, man. Oh yeah. For real. Roll tide full of pride. Now you're damn right. You're damn right, Linda P. Bama stacked right now, and guess what? More players come in, more levy dogs load in. The levy dogs is a loading, you know. Yeah, man. But let's check out some of this guy's highlights right quick. Like I said, it's crazy work. The fact that he plays inside linebacker and receiver, and what else did they say? Safety. So that shows he can pretty much do it all. And Alabama is recruiting him as a linebacker, inside linebacker at that. So he must be a real dog on the field, have a real physical side, mean side to him, period. I like it a lot. I like it. Pause it right quick, get to the big screen. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Make a little screen a little bigger. Here we go. Boom. Make sure if you come in the chat, you like it up, like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with any and everybody you know. Why not? I mean, it takes less than 1 second. Support the grind, support the channel. Roll Tide, full of pride. I repeat, Roll Tide, full of pride forever. Win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Go! Speed definitely there. I repeat, speed definitely there. Oh yeah. Here he is again on the kick return. Pay attention. I repeat, pay attention closely. Go on, out of there. Breakaway, boom, out of there. Yeah, Roll Tide. And once again, I must reiterate, he's not playing against slouches. He's playing in Florida. Florida high school football in Florida is very important, very massive as well. So let's not sit here and act like he just balling hard on bums or low levels of competition. Nice way to go up and get the ball, point of attack, all that. And like I say, bro, he's a versatile guy. You talking about a guy who plays receiver, inside linebacker, and what was the other position? Safety. And like I say, Bama's recruiting him as an inside linebacker. So I know his style is very physical. You can observe that just for the way he went up and going up for these balls and coming down with them. Tenacity, vicious, all that, man. Yeah, heavy. Come on and Roll Tide, man. Yeah, Roll Tide. Boy, man. Yeah. Come here. Yeah. Oh my God. Give me that, yeah. Come here. Go get it, yeah. Speed on top of speed. And this just right here, these are just receiving clips. They ain't even got to the defensive side of the ball yet. So, I mean, damn, what position will he play? I repeat, man, what position will he play? I mean, his receiving highlights look crazy, look very good. So I wonder why Bama is recruiting him to play inside linebacker. So he must be graded inside linebacker too. Well, damn. Come on, man. Let's get it. Come on, homie. Yeah. Nice catch, boy. Go get it. Good shit. Mhm. Nice route runner, man. Very nice route runner. A lot of raw talent. Big dude as well. 6'2", 210 plus. And like I say, this all right here is from the receiver position. But the fact that he can play inside linebacker and safety and receiver says a lot about him and his talent. Remarkable talent. Once again, let me reiterate it, in the state of Florida as well. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's out of there. Come here. Oh my gosh. Boom. A receiver again. Oh, come on. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. He nice, man. Real nice. Nice catch, boy. Hey, go and get that bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Right by him. Bye bye. Out of there. Bye bye. Better throw us a touchdown around yonder. Period. No cap. All facts, no cap. Hmm. To the house. Go get it. So this is him in safety now. Nice angle, boy. Ooh, nice hit. Ooh, hold on. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Hold on. That's why they want him an inside linebacker, baby. Yeah. Oh man, boy, bring that pain. Come here. Yeah. Pay attention. Pay close attention. Yeah, bitch. Yeah. Come here. Now you see him here. Watch the angle he takes, first of all, then watch the hit, the blow he delivers. I repeat, watch the angle he takes, first of all, the intelligent, high football IQ angle, but then watch the hit that is delivered. No cap. Here we go. Come here. Ah, come here, boy. Man, I like this dude already, man. For real. That boy hit. Oh, yeah, he hit, man. I knew he was physical. That boy hit. That boy angry, man. Come on. Come here. Look, go get him. Go get him. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Come on, homie. Come here. Hey, nice footwork. Nice work, boy. Think I like him better on defense anyway. Hold on, man. Look at the footwork though, man. Coverage skills, homie. For real. Whoever get him got a damn player. Check him out. Slide. Get him. Come here. Boom. Come here, boy. Come here. Watch this hip. Pay attention, man. Come here. Great defense, man. Yeah. Feel that gap? He coming to get you, man. He gonna come get you. That was a forced fumble, matter of fact. Here he come. Go get him. Say the touchdown. Touchdown saving tackle. Good hustle. So this is him safety, right? Nice hit, boy. Boom. Good stick, boy. For real. Back at receiver. Come on. Nice power, nice run, nice yak. Receiver again. Ooh, nice route, boy. Quick cut. Boom. Come on. Touchdown. Nice play. He's a short tackler as well. Physical, real physical. Mm. No, he didn't. Boy got major hustle. Came from the other side of the field to make that play. Major hustle. One more again. Pay attention. Here it come. But it might be the next play after this. It's right here. Check it out. Right here. Boom. Look. Look, homie. Uh-huh. So right here. Other side of the field. Running back. Right there. Boom. Other side of the field. Right here. The play is over here this way. Just watch the hustle and effort. Watch the hustle and effort, man, for real. Mm-hmm. Boy be sticking, man. That boy hit too, for real. Yeah, no cap. Ooh, nice block. Hmm. Good shit from my dude right there. Like him a lot. Like him a lot. I ain't gonna lie, man. Definitely like him a lot. Heavy. Now we just take a look at more from official visit dates. Give me 1 second. Look at that. Give me 1 second. Some noise that, man. Hold up. Bro, chill. All right, boom. We back at it. But yeah, Brooklyn Maxey, bro. I like Brooklyn Maxey a lot. I ain't even gonna sit here and cap. Dude could be a real problem. For real. Very interesting. Very interesting. Alabama wants him as a linebacker. Wow. But like I say, he's a very physical player, so I'm not shocked at all. Get into some of these confirmed OV dates, of official visit dates so far. May 29th through 31st. Running back Nigel Newkirk, Gainesville High School in Georgia. Some of these names you heard me speak on before, but this will be a revolving door. It really never stops. So it's a permanent battle for these guys, period. Tight end Colt Lumpers, inside offensive lineman Maxwell Hiller, defensive lineman Mitchell Turner, D lineman AJ Pauley, edge Anthony Sweeney, just talked about him earlier. Edge Antoine Jackson, talked about him the other day out of Memphis. Shout out Memphis for real. Edge Frederick Ords out of Orlando, Jones High School in Orlando. Brandon Lockley, linebacker, talked about him the other day out of Philly. Cornerback Darius White, Creekside High School in Fairburn, Georgia. Safety Elijah Butler, St. Francis Academy in Baltimore. So these are names that Bama is recruiting heavy, but other schools are also as well. June 5th through the 7th, running back Trey Martin, Franklin Paris High School, Winsboro, Louisiana. Wide receiver Jaden Upshaw, Lee County High School in Leesburg, Georgia. Linebacker Brooklyn Maxey, Carolwood Day in Tampa, Florida. I like Brooklyn Maxey a lot. And the question about Maxey would be, what position does he want to play as well? Because it don't matter what the school wants him to play. He can pick any school he wants to, damn near. He damn near got all of the offers in the world. Yeah. All the D1 schools want him for a reason. But Brooklyn Maxey, does he want to play linebacker? Does he want to play receiver or safety? It's really up to him. So Bama has to do a great job of recruiting him, but not only that, convincing him to why he should play linebacker for them and why the linebacker position will be a better fit for him than rather than receiver or safety. Period. They're going to have to make him believe in the program as well. Period. June 12th through the 14th, QB Trent Seaborn, Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama. Alabama commit. Safety Junior James, Thompson High School in Alabaster, Alabama. So him and Trent Seaborn play on the same squad. June 19th through the 21st, Edge Jabarius Garrar, Vigor High School in Pritchard, Alabama. Alabama commit. Shout out Bama, bro, for real. Roll Tide. Edge KJ Green, Stevenson High School in Stone Mountain, Georgia. Linebacker Isaac McNeil, Vigor High School in Pritchard, Alabama. Safety Tavares Harrington, Mount Carmel High School in Chicago, Illinois. A lot of schools fighting over him. A lot of SEC schools at that. You hear me? Period. Yeah. So the list just goes on and on. But that's most of the news today as far as recruiting goes. It might be one more article I want to dive into. I think it came out just about an hour ago, maybe. Make sure I cover as much as I can. Bama ball, Bama ball. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Linda P. Linda P. say that boy got the hustle and flow. That boy hustle, don't he, Linda? That boy hustle, ain't it? No cap, you hear me? For real, that boy hustle to that ball, Linda. You know what I'm saying? For real, yeah. I see why every school in the land warning. Warning. Oh yeah, roll tide. My dog Dre in the building. My dog Dre in the building. What up, homie? What up, bro? Roll tide. Hey, Dre, you know what it is. October 17th, we lighting them damn cigars. Oh, yeah. In y'all homeland. I repeat, in y'all homeland. We coming to y'all field, y'all home, Dre, and we lighting them damn cigars round yonder. Right after the game. We gonna remain and fire up them cigars, man. Oh yeah, roll tide, man, for real. Shout out my boy Dre in the building though, man, for real though, no cap. uh, but one more article I want to get into, yeah, this dude right here, as far as recruiting goes. Just take a look at how Alabama is approaching in-state recruiting in the 27 cycle. Like I always say, in-state, the Alabama territory is very important. And K-Dog attacks those very well, very directly, period. Right? Heavy. He must put an emphasis on recruiting in Bama. So let's get it, man. Inside look. How Alabama is approaching in-state recruiting in the 27 cycle. Yeah. The focus for Alabama, well before Kalen DeBoer's arrival, has been targeting the best players regardless of location. Nick Saban and the Crimson Tide could go anywhere in the country to sign elite prospects. Facts. It didn't have to primarily target in-state recruits or those within a 5 to 6 hour radius, though it was a greater focus in the early years. Big facts. And you saw what came with that you saw what came with that major, that greater focus. Yeah, really elite players, baby, for real. There was a bit of a reversal in the later years as people within the program started stated that Coach Saban felt the need to add a few additional in-state recruits and maintain strong high school relationships. He considered it an important aspect as coaches within the state started to become somewhat disgruntled with Alabama focusing on a smaller percentage of top end players within the borders and signing who they may have considered better on the outside. Several high school coaches have voiced the opinion to BOL in previous years, though in the last 2 years, the same coaches have strongly emphasized that it is not as prominent as in the past due to the current college football landscape. Final rev share packages provided to recruits from various schools and the transfer portal. Yeah, different game now. Giving a complete early focus to an in-state recruit and maintaining it throughout the process might make things a bit easier than sweating out a recruitment until the early signings period for an out-of-state player. For the most part, Alabama zeroes in on who it deems priority, recruits, and then potentially decides to push for others during or after the season in order to provide a bit more in-state flavor. So they got a good thing going here. I like to say they have a system, a whole program set in hand, set in stone, right? A structured system that they follow when it comes to recruiting. They got their priority players, then they got players on the outside who could potentially come to Bama if it doesn't work out with the players who are priority, right? Right. Here we go. And then the side, boom, boom. Read that part, read that part, yeah. Such as it did with 20 signees, Malik Franklin, Daphne, Alabama, shout out Daphne, Alabama, and Aubrey Walker, Moody, shout out Moody, Alabama. A lot of talent in those cities, for real, homie. Yeah. Much was made about Coach DeBoer's first recruiting class with only two in-state signees, Maul Waldrop, Michael DeBose. But more so from a local perspective, fans who wanted to see better results for players and who were ranked highest in Alabama nationally. Alabama celebrated as the number 3 overall class, which included 7 players from California, none of whom have transferred. Hmm. Some view in-state signees as more inclined to remain with the program rather than transfer later in their careers. DeBose is the only player from the 25 class to transfer Vanderbilt. It may come across as better at holding on to in-state players, but it's a false narrative. Financial incentives and playing time will play significant roles for most players, and that's all facts, no cap. You not only have to worry about playing time now. Do players want to take the time to compete and work their way up? You got money involved, baby. Federale linguini, fettuccine involved. Yeah, so a lot of factors go into the whole recruiting thing. But in-state is very important, bro. I repeat, in-state signees are very important, and it's a lot of talent in Bama. It's rare for a lifelong love of the university or within the friendly confines of where you were raised to justify staying if not expected to see the field, or if a significantly higher financial offer is presented elsewhere. Schools can decide whether to bump salaries or let them walk. Schools aren't fighting to keep players happy or on the roster based on where they are from. Facts. Regardless of whether fans want to see more homegrown products, it's about who they believe can have an impact, whether as a starter or a solid backup, whether from Los Angeles or Tuscaloosa. Hmm. Yeah. Give me 1 second. What we've seen from Coach DeBoer, Courtney Morgan, and company has been a focus on the best players, regardless of location. The assumption after the first year about the lack of in state success centered on relationships. The new staff just didn't know the players and would improve. Both of those sentiments are true, but a deeper dive and further understanding showed it was more about whom UA actually targeted. Don't get it twisted. There were some misses, and who's to say they wouldn't have seen the same results with a full year or more to recruit? Big facts, bro, for real. That's why I say the way Saban left put Bama in a pretty bad predicament. But I love the way Kalen DeBoer, K Dog, is bouncing back. Naeem Alford, for example, was the top ranked player in Alabama in 25. The former 5-star cornerback signed with Oregon. Well, damn, how the hell he get from Bama to Oregon, homie? Yeah, but don't be surprised or shocked. I see in the near future he will work his way back to Bama for sure. Roll Tide. He had an offer from UA and took an OV, but it was evident the primary focus in the 5-star CB category was a kid from California, whom many outsiders assume would ultimately flip and sign elsewhere. That player, Dejon Lee, man, bro, I'm glad Dejon Lee didn't flip. Roll Tide full of pride. Dejon Lee is going to be a real great player. He's already a great player. He just has to develop and get better. Keep his mind right. Keep the right people around him. Sky's the limit. Matter of fact, it's no limit for that dude. Lock in, 5. I repeat, lock in, 5. Go win, dog. Go ball. Go eat heavy, man. Roll Tide. But Dejon Lee finna be a real dog on that field this year, period. If we're being honest, he should have started over Damani Jackson all season. Let me say it again. I repeat, if we being honest, he should have started over Damani Jackson all damn season, all year long. That's just the truth, bro. For real. You hear me? Heavy. That player, Dejon Lee, just completed a freshman All-American season with the Crimson Tide. Bragging rights returned for UA fans and Coach DeBoer's second year after signing 5 of the top 11, the only school to sign more than one of the top 15 in 26. Locals are looking for storyline on who's winning the in-state battles. Xavier Crowell was Alabama's top overall running back target, and Cedarian Morgan was the top overall wide receiver target in the 26 class. It missed on edge target Tank Jones, Oregon signee. Well, damn. Oregon trying to come through round yonder and recruit in the South from word of mouth. Oh man, yeah. Yet still signed Nolan Wilson. They were only going to sign one of the two, regardless. So they got their player eventually. Eventually, it was a win-win anyway. These were all players who would have been major targets, regardless of where they resided. Corey Barber, for instance, turned into a 5-star via Rivals in the final rankings. A lifelong Alabama fan and one the UA staff chose not to really push to sign. Alabama intended to make a significant financial commitment to only one receiver, Morgan, this past cycle. So they have a certain process, a certain program, right? Yeah, a certain way they are doing things, and you can't be mad at it. Alabama in-state success was great, but it was more about hitting targets. Many will view it as UA versus AU when measuring success, but often these recruits don't ultimately choose between the two, even though they may take OVs to both. Crowell, Bama versus Texas, Morgan, Bama versus UF, University of Florida, Zion Gibson, Bama versus Tennessee, and I know Tennessee mad as hell at that. Zion Gibson crushed Tennessee last season, bro, for real. Y'all remember, just like I do. Oh man, my bad. That's Gibson, dog. I'm talking about Brown. My fault. Oh yeah. But anyhow, anywho, anyway. We know who lighting them damn cigars. hear me? Heavy. But shout out Zion Gibson, man, as well. It's been similar for those who signed with Auburn. Rev share NIL players, a heavy role in that. NIL plays a heavy role in that, with out of state schools making significant investments to sign players in Alabama, while in state schools also have to factor in how much they will need to spend on priority out of state recruits. So, what's in store for the Crimson Tide in the 2027 class, in state wise for now? It's not a very extensive list at this time, as we've seen a heavier focus on players from the outside, which was evident at the Tide's Junior Day last month. A closer look at the current targets. Right now, they got two in-state commits. Jabarius Chicken Garrard, top 100 edge from Gregor High School in Pritchard. Trent Seaborn. I've said Trent Seaborn's name so many times already during this recruiting cycle. But four-star quarterback from Thompson High School in Alabasta, Alabama. Garrard committed to Alabama prior to the start of his sophomore season. He's an Alabama fan and decided to jump on board early in the process. He's received significant attention from numerous schools and has also taken several visits. He returned to Tuscaloosa often last fall and was also in town for Junior Day last month. Garrard currently has official visits set with Texas A&M June 5th, Texas June 12th, and Alabama June 18th. He is also working on dates with Auburn and Florida State. He attended Junior Days with both. And there we go, man. Yeah, it's a certified, guaranteed battle. Recruiting is a lot more serious for the 2027 class since the conclusion of the previous cycle, including the transfer portal. Most schools are beginning to discuss financial numbers with top targets. It's attractive and can generate more consideration, whether it's for taking visits, reopening a recruitment, or flipping. And that's where we got pay for play coming in play. For real, dog. No cap. Yeah. This is the day where it's pay for play. So just like that, boom, a guy could recommit, decommit, reopen his recruitment, all that. Could flip, bruh, all that. And in certain circumstances, it will be strictly because of the pay, baby. Yeah, the pay, man, for real. Understand the college realm we are in. That's why it needs to be certain laws, right? And certain rules put in to put a governor on certain things. Because this shit is getting way out of hand. You hear me? Heavy, no cap. Even if other schools are already telling Garrard for other recruits what they can provide from a rev share standpoint, the Crimson Tide still won't lay its offer on the table until the summer, regardless of whether it feels pressure to do so at the risk of losing your recruit or commit. And that's what it's about. So I like to hear that Bama is standing firm in the way they're running their operations. Heavy, roll tide. Seaborn, on the other hand, has likely heard strong dollar sign numbers from schools like Miami and Oregon, which have remained relentless in their pursuit of getting him on campus for another visit. Seaborn has turned down high six-figure offers to transfer to out-of-state high schools and chose to remain in Alabama. He appreciates coaches like Mario Cristobal and Dan Lanning for not throwing in the towel, but he's a Bama commit all the way. He'll take his OV on June 12th, but also stated he'll be in Tuscaloosa every OV weekend to help recruit others while not taking trips elsewhere. Man, shout out, salute, respect, both hands to Trent Seaborn, my dog. Yeah. Heavy, homie. Yeah. Bitch, yeah. Roll Tide. Huh? And I already talked about AJ Pauly. He's a defensive lineman, Magoo, Tulane, in Mobile, Alabama. So those are just two commits that we talked about, but these are guys on a recruiting list. AJ Pauly, once again, D lineman. Junior James, safety out of Thompson High School in Alabasta, Alabama. Oh, yeah. So the in-state recruits are coming. Isaac McNeil, linebacker out of Agora High School in Pritchard, Alabama. Yeah. And I talked about all these guys before. Paulie emerged early in his junior season. A big dude, 6'5", 260-pound lineman, is a lifelong fan of the Alabama Crimson Tide. He's been on visits already. Other schools who are in the mix, Florida, Florida State, Ole Miss, Tennessee, are among the other schools under consideration. Junior James out of Alabama, 6'3", 195-pound safety. He has 66 tackles, 3 interceptions, and 7 pass breakups, helping Thompson capture the Class 7A state championship. So another player, boom. He's played football at the highest level, period, heavy. My Alabama Crimson Tide is going to set it off in 26, unbreakable. Linda P always coming with that energy. Let them know, Linda P. I repeat, let them know, Linda P, baby. Yeah, you hear me? Heavy. Roll Tide. Hey. Roll Tide, full of pride, baby. Yeah, for real. But like I say, it's a lot of talent in the state of Alabama. So Bama ain't got to look too far. Repeat, they ain't got to look too far at all. James attended the Tide's Junior Day and scheduled for an official visit on June 12th, the same weekend as his teammate, Trent Seaborn. James' top 3 currently consist of Alabama, Auburn, and Florida State. McNeil, we know about Isaac McNeil, who is teammates with Garor. He also received an offer from Alabama last month. His stock exploded after 92 tackles, 16 tackles for loss, and 9 sacks during the 25 season. Wow, man. With several new suitors entering the picture during the winter contact period, McNeil is slated to visit Alabama on March 27th, unofficial, and is set for an official visit on June 18th. He also has OV dates set with Auburn, May 28th, Texas A&M, June 11th, and Florida, June 11th. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you hear me? Boom. So a lot going on. I repeat, a lot going on in the recruiting realm, man, for real. That's pretty much for that article, I believe. Who this is here, right here. Hold up 1 second. Former Alabama O-line commit Jatori Williams, Phoenix City Central, has remained in communication and expected to return to Tuscaloosa this spring. So we got offensive linemen potentially coming in the building. Top 100 safety, Jaden Perico Bailey from Prattville. Bama is in his top 10, period. Got Elijah Butler, Tavares Harrington have set official dates with Alabama. So a lot going on, bro. I repeat, a lot going on. Most of these names I've already said, already have been heard of. I want to look into Adrian Rojas. I believe he is a defensive lineman as well. Not sure where he is from, but we're going to find out. Oh, yeah, we're going to find out. Yeah. Give me 1 second around here. Here we go. Boom. This is kind of an older story, but a lot of talk, a lot of buzz about inside 4-star edge, Adriel Rojas, top schools. So we got 4 edge star, Adriel Rojas out of Cumming, Georgia, North Forsyth, has nearly 40 offers on the table. Damn. But his recruitment is beginning to take shape after a busy fall filled with game visits and an active January meeting coaches from across the country. The number 121 prospect in Rivals 300 has trimmed his list to 7. Alabama, Auburn, Duke, Florida, Georgia, Georgia Tech, and Vanderbilt made the cut. Relationships are driving the process, and January was a factor. Rojas says a lot of schools came through, and I had a lot of talks. Rojas told Rivals, my list is about the type of people at these schools who I would be coached by and the relationships. Beyond relationships, Rojas is focused on culture, mentality, academics, and the kind of locker room he would enter. He attended games at Alabama, Georgia, and Georgia Tech in the fall and had visited every school on his list except Auburn and Florida. So I guess Auburn and Florida probably not high on his priority list. I mean, they could be, but as far as schools he's visited, I mean, his top schools, I'm sure he would make sure he visits those first off the rip. Heavy, no cap. Yeah, bro. Roll Tide. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. So we know spring visits coming together. He will be coming. He will be going to Alabama. I think, I guess on March 27th. Yeah, he has set a official visit to Bama for March 27th. He'll be checking out Duke in April. And this guy got over 40 offers. So everybody want him and they mama. Yeah. Breaking down the final 7 schools. I don't care about the rest, dog. I just care about Bama. Roll Tide. I have a great relationship with Coach Robinson. The staff has really taken the time to get to know me and built strong relationships early on. The guys are the type of players I want to be around. They run a great program and push to be elite. It's a great group. So he feels pretty good about Bama. That's definitely a plus. But Adriel Rojas, keep an eye out for him. Pay attention to his name. We got one more article to get into, bro. For real. Let's see. 1 second. Be the last segment of the night. If you want to come up, say how you feel, make sure you're real. The link is in the chat. You hear me? Period. Roll Tide. But I'm going to get into some players who are already in the building and what impact they could potentially have this year. Matter of fact, let me say that again. What impact they will have this year. You hear me? Heavy. Q Reese being a name to pay attention to in the linebacker room, dog. You hear me? Heavy. No cap. I'll repeat once again. Q Reese. Off-season outlook for Alabama inside linebackers. Alabama's roster will look a lot different in 26. 40 players either ran out of eligibility or entered the NFL draft or transfer portal, while 48 new players committed to the Crimson Tide both before and after the 25 season ended. The dust has finally started to settle for Kalen DeBoer and his coaching staff, and with that, we examine what they now have to work with. Today, we continue our off-season outlook series that will highlight the state of each position, breaking down the outgoing, returning, and incoming players, as well as the biggest question. So first up, we got who's leaving. We already know who's leaving. The major names: Deontay Lawson, Justin Jefferson, Nakai Hill, all them. It's really primarily about who's returning. Yeah, for real. Who's returning? Caden Jones, QB Reese, Duke Johnson, Luke Metz. Look out for Luke Metz as well. Abdul Sanders, etc. Alabama welcomes back 5 inside linebackers from last year's team, and all 5 played in at least 7 games during the 25 season. Jones and Reese are now in their 3rd years in the program and will look to make a move up the pecking order with the trio of seniors moving on. Reese played in all 15 games this past season, primarily playing on special teams. While Jones saw action in 10 games, he missed time due to injury. Jones finished fourth on the team with 53 snaps at inside linebacker per Pro Football Focus. Reese finished with 47 snaps. The other three returning linebackers were all true freshmen in 25. Metz, 15 games. Johnson, 9, and Sanders, 7. All played in 4 or more games, which means they will be sophomores this year. Metz led the freshman trio with 23 defensive snaps as a rookie, while Johnson played 12. All three should challenge the older players in their position room for more playing time this fall, but the most likely to make a real push is Metz. A lot of people leaning on and relying on Metz. I say pay attention to Metz, but also pay attention to Q Reese as well. Like I say, Q Reese definitely saw some flashes from him. The UL in Monroe game, he popped out, he stood out. The speed is there, etc. So yes, definitely pay attention. Look out for Metz, but look out for Q Reese too. A young player the coaching staff is high on, per sources. We are interested to see if any of the youngsters make a big jump in year 2. I guarantee all of them will. Yeah, period. Hands down, man down, no cap. Roll Tide. Who's coming in? Caleb Woodson through the portal. Xavier Griffin, freshman. Zay Hall, boom. Alabama added 3 inside linebackers to its roster for the 26 season, 2 freshmen and 1 transfer. Woodson will be a senior this fall and brings experience with him to Tuscaloosa. And like I say, Woodson can help the younger guys out, maybe even teach them the game, all that. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. It will be a pure battle. But Bama very young, I repeat, very young at the linebacker positions. The Virginia Tech transfer played in 9 games in 25, but still finished second on the team in tackles, 58. In fact, he was second for the Hokies in tackles each of the last 2 seasons and started 20 total games. The Crimson Tide needed to add a proven player at inside linebacker with how much it lost this offseason, and Woodson fit that need on the 2026 roster. Alabama signed a pair of linebackers as part of its 26 recruiting class as well, with Griffin and Hall committing to the Tide. Pay attention, look out for Xavier Griffin. He's growing into his body. He's been at the early practices, all at the whole 9 yards. Don't be shocked if you see him heavy in the rotation, baby, for real. No cap. Hall could prove to be a good player down the road, but Griffin is a newcomer who could push for playing time this fall. All facts, no cap. The 5-star recruit was the second highest rated player in Alabama's most recent class, according to the Rivals industry rankings, and he brings versatility to the UA defense. We mentioned him in yesterday's breakdown of the outside linebackers, as Griffin could play on or off the ball, similar to a first-round draft pick. Like, he can really do it all. All he has to do is continue to grow into his body, continue to mature, learn the game. The game will continue to slow down for him. Gain weight, get on that nutrition program, that nutrition plan, get in that weight room, zone in, lock in on his goals, focus on strictly football, bro. I repeat, he needs to focus on football heavy, right? That's all he needs to worry about round yonder. Of course, his grades and shit, all that. But it's time for him to really lock in. But he could definitely be a freshman who's playing this year. Bitch, yeah, roll tide. X is a guy that's a flex guy, DeBoer said in December. I mean, we really see him as like a Jihad Campbell linebacker. You see what Jihad Campbell is doing now. Can fly, can run. He's got some length, and he's going to put on some good weight and can be versatile enough to go play on the edge and not have to necessarily sub in when you want to put him in spots to go get after the quarterback. We can't just wait to have our defensive staff get their hands on him and let him go to work. And like he said, the defensive staff to get their hands on him. What's the most important part of the team of a team? Coaching. What is coaching about, bruh? Coaching, player development, coach player relationships. He can have all the talent in the world. If the coaching is piss poor, it doesn't matter. So it's their job, man. The Freddie Roaches, the Kane Walmacks, the DeBoers, the strength and conditioning coach is their job, bruh. Period. No cap. Hands down, man down. To make sure he is developed at the highest level, to make sure he reaches his maximum potential. And if he should be on the field this year, his freshman year, well, damn it, he should be on the motherfucking field, bro. You hear me? Period. No cap. Bottom line. You hear me? Heavy. Roll Tide. Get him in order and have him ready to play. Yeah. Biggest pre-spring question: who steps into the starting roles? Both of Alabama's inside linebacker spots are up for grabs this spring and summer, and several players could be in the mix for the starting roles. An obvious choice for one of the vacancies is Woodson. Alabama needed to add a veteran presence at the inside linebacker position, and it targeted the Virginia Tech transfer shortly after the transfer portal window. The Tide has added a few power four linebackers who have made an immediate impact: Hill Green, Tresman Marshall, and Henry Toatua. And Woodson will look to continue that trend. That leaves one spot for 7 other backers to compete for, but that group can likely be cut down to just a few. Jones and Reese are entering year 3 with the Tide, and after waiting their turns, they now have a prime opportunity for meaningful playing time. Like I say, look out for Q Reese. But they'll have to hold off some of the younger players that this coaching staff recruited. Again, there was some early buzz around Metz, who led the trio of freshmen in defensive snaps last year. Johnson and Sanders could challenge as well, but Metz would be our top contender of the sophomore trio. And then there's Griffin, the highest rated prospect in the position room. Being compared to a player like Campbell is noteworthy. And we've seen DeBoer and company aren't afraid to throw true freshmen into the fire. Could Alabama's highest ranked defensive signee pass all of the older players in the inside linebacker group and carve out a starting role in year 1? Hey, he damn well could. It's not our first pick, but we're not ruling it out. On the defensive side of the ball, of the football, this will be the most intriguing position battle of the offseason and one of the most important for the Tide. And like I said, bro, this spring, a whole bunch of position battles coming up, period. Right? A whole bunch of position battles coming up, dog. You hear me? Heavy. Very interesting. Very interested to see these guys duke it out. May the best man win. Quarterback room, running back room, wide receiver room. Yeah. Like I've been saying, Ryan Williams better stay prepared. He better bring his A game. Yeah, I spoke about his engagement on the last live. Like I say, I wish him the best. I definitely wish him the best. But he better stay very aware. And guess what? Make sure to see the right one. Huh? Yeah. Heavy. I mean, yeah, bro. But you got the wide receiver room, boom, tight ends room, O-line, D-line. Yeah. So every position, it will be a per battle. Secondary, linebacker positions, all that. You got older veterans ready to play. You got younger freshmen, sophomores ready to play. May the best man win. Yeah. That's pretty much the last segment of the live right there. I'm finna get up out of here. Shout out to all my big dogs, my levy dogs in the chat. Got any questions, comments, or opinions, drop them down. I'll answer them. But if not, I'm finna get up out of here, man. Once again, Roll Tide, full of pride. Make sure y'all come lock in with me on Saturday for my next Bama Live. If you a Vikings fan, you know what it is. Come lock in with me tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow night. Let's get right, Vikings. SKOL Tide. And it is what it is, man. But recruiting at an all-time high. Spring football is almost upon us. A lot of work to be done. Them boys getting it in, that off-season program, hitting the field, working the weights, all that training, all that. It needs to all be on point. It's time to step it up to the next level. Take it up a notch. You hear me? Heavy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See what this is here. And we'll wait on that to the next segment, next live, all that. Let me see what that one is again. I'm gonna see. We can really break all that down. Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, if I want to break this one down, go ahead and get it right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get into this last article, then get up out of here. I'm gonna do one more because it makes sense. So as far as juniors goes for Bama, year three players who have the chance to enter the NFL draft, very important seasons for all them. But I want to break down the juniors, 10 juniors to know on the Alabama 2026 roster. Like I say, a very important season for all these guys here around yonder. Heavy. Yeah. Next up is the junior class, which features a ton of familiar faces. There are 22 juniors on this year's roster, half of which are returners that have become staples within the program, and half of which are incoming transfers. Here are 10 of them you need to make sure you know. Zabian Brown. We know what type of cornerback Zabian Brown is. He's been getting better every year. He's been making plays his whole career at Bama, even going back to his freshman year when he sealed the game versus Georgia. Right. So Zabian Brown, a name to look out for, a player to look out for. But y'all already know that. Brown has a legitimate case to be Alabama's best player coming into the 26th season. He's going into year three as a starting cornerback and has already cemented himself in the Crimson Tide lore with a number of huge plays in his career, including pick sixes against both Tennessee and Oklahoma last season. He's an all-SEC candidate next year, maybe even All-American, and will certainly get looks in the 2027 NFL draft. All facts, no cap. Ryan Williams, we all know Ryan Williams, wide receiver. The question is he really locked in? But I'm going to leave that right there, round yonder. A very important season for Ryan Williams, let alone the piss poor season he had last year. It's time for him to put up or shut up. He's playing for a lot. Everything is on the line. His draft stock, all that. So I guess he's focused on his engagement, but he better make for damn sure he's focused on football, bro. I repeat, heavy football should be his major concern right now, homie. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We need him to get back to that old Ryan Williams, period. We need him to catch the ball better, bro, period. We're going to see, though. We're going to see. Williams followed up his breakout freshman season in 24 with a less than stellar campaign last year, but he's back once again with another year under his belt and is now one of the veteran presences on offense. Having made his talent more than apparent throughout his career, he seems primed for a bounce back year where he could reestablish himself as one of the top wideouts in the SEC. But he better do it. Then he better get to it. Next up, Jan Zapier. We all know about Jan Zapier. I think he probably will have the most sacks in college football when it's all said and done next year when the smoke clears. Jan Zapier, outside linebacker. I'm expecting a big season from him. He a real dog, a real levy dog round yonder. All he did last year was put in that work against every team we played. You hear me? Period. No cap. Roll Tide. Last year was Pierre's breakout year, taking advantage of his opportunity after injuries ahead of him thrust him onto the top of the depth chart. He quickly affirmed his place, and there he quickly affirmed his place there and became the Tide's top pass rusher last season, leading the team with 8 sacks. He now returns as one of the best players on the defense headed into 2026. Next up, we got Terrence Mean Green. He came fresh out of the portal, a player I'm really excited about. He will be on the D line, a real big dog, 6'5". Some say 6'6", 330 pounds. We talked about how Bama needs some big dogs up front, some real juggernauts up front, and he is definitely one. Yeah, but he's playing to raise his NFL stock. Period. Our first transfer on this list, Green comes into the program after spending his first 3 years at Oregon. His enormous 6'5", 330-pound frame makes him an ideal candidate to take over along the interior of the defensive line. A spot that lost a ton of production from last season, to both the transfer portal and graduation. It wouldn't be shocking at all to see Green trot out there with the starting defense in week 1. Shit, I hope he does trot out there with the starting defense in week 1. He should trot out there with the starting defense in week 1. The hell going on around here? That's the whole reason they bring him in. Right. Noah Rogers, another transfer portal guy, wide receiver, boom. What will he do? Who will he replace? Can he even maybe start? Another player that gives you more experience in that receiver room. So let's get it, man. Period. Yeah. Another wide receiver that's poised to make an impact in this class. Rogers transferred in his offseason after spending his past 2 years at NC State. He's the most experienced addition Alabama made to its wide receiver room. And with the losses of 2 starters in Jeremy Bernard and Isaiah Horton, he's a likely candidate to take over the final vacant starting wideout spot next to Williams and Lloyd Sear Brooks. We got Red Morgan. We all know Red Morgan, a real levy dog, real feisty, scrappy dude. He playing for a lot this year too. Red Morgan, defensive back. Morgan's sophomore season in 25 had an inverse arc compared to his freshman season in 2024. Instead of gradually losing playing time, he gradually gained it until he was the starting Husky by the end of the season. Shout out to him, respect. He's earned himself a reputation as one of the hardest hitters on the defense and now has 2 years of real playing experience behind him as he returns to an extremely talented and experienced secondary in 2026. We look at Edric Hill, defensive lineman. Hill has slowly but surely seen his snaps increase over his 3 years in Tuscaloosa thus far. He played in every game last season and started 3 times. And with the aforementioned departure of experience from last season's defensive line, he has the chance to expand on that role once again. He's one of the longest tenured members of this unit and is likely to show with increased playing time once again. So pay attention to Edric Hill. Daniel Hill, running back, big dude, big body back there. We all know about Daniel Hill. He is returning. In the running back room, it will be a real battle. Got the freshman Xavier Crowell coming in. Can Daniel Hill earn a starting spot? You got A.K. Deer in the building. You got Kevin Riley coming back. So it's going to be a real battle, man, a real war for that running back 1 spot, period. By the end of last season, Hill was the top reserve running back behind starter Jan Miller, even starting a few games as Miller dealt with injuries. He's the most experienced back on the 2026 roster and has the most returning production in a running back room that only added freshmen for next season, albeit talented ones. Hill is an easy pick to be leading the stable again at the start of the year. Well, Hill must improve too, right? We seen him run too slow at times, hit the hole too slow at times, sometimes maybe too fast. Seeing him hit the wrong holes as well. So Daniel Hill will have to improve. The pressure is on him. Them dogs is on his back. Period. A lot of competition in that room. And I'm love it. And I love it. I'm here for it, baby. Roll Tide. Yeah. You're heavy. Rayson Delgatti, offensive line. Alabama's offensive line. Now, you know, before I get into the article, man, Rayson Delgatti, very excited about him too. Another guy that came out the portal, a center, has a chance to start. You put the film on, you can watch it all day. He's a real dog, high motor, athletic, talented, strong, feisty, scrappy, all that. Like I say, put the film on and just watch. Alabama's offensive line went through a complete overhaul this offseason with 11 exits and 11 newcomers to the unit. Only one starter from last season is returning in Michael Carroll, leaving 4 spots up for grabs. A likely candidate to assume of those spots is Delgatti, the Cal Poly transfer who started for the past 2 full seasons. He can play any spot on the interior, including center. So he's a real versatile guy. Gives you a lot of options up front. That's definitely a plus, a major benefit for Bama to have. Austin Mack, quarterback. We know about the quarterback position that is about to ensue during spring ball. I repeat, bro, it's going to be a real motherfucking battle for that QB1 spot, as it should be, period. May the best man win. But Austin Mack, he followed the board to Bama, rocked and rolled, locked in with K-Dog. We saw him play a few times last year. Like I said, bro, Austin Mack, sometimes the offense looks smoother being ran by Mack. And a lot of people, I repeat, a lot of people just giving Keelan Russell the job. No, hell to the no. I guarantee it's going to come down to the damn wire. I guarantee them boys really going to bang it out for that QB1 spot. Austin Mack, very talented. Keelan Russell, very talented, bro. May the best man win. Who will put the real work in this offseason and come back even better. But it's going to be a real dog fight. Question is, who going to have the last bye? You hear me? Heavy. Austin Mack or Keelan Russell. But Austin Mack, a lot of talent, on power, crazy. A big dude, 6'6", but he's also mobile. He can run around, right? Heavy, bro. He can run the ball, rush the ball, maneuver in the pocket, get out of the pocket if need be. He can run and throw. So yeah, a quarterback of that size who has wheels on him, who can run, and he can also sit in the pocket and pick you apart potentially. Oh yeah, I'm very excited about him and Keelan Russell as well. I'm excited about the whole battle in general, homie. For real, no cap. All facts, no cap. Roll Tide. If you haven't heard, Alabama has a quarterback competition this offseason. One of those candidates is Mack, who's entering his 3rd season at Alabama and his 4th year under head coach Kalen DeBoer after starting his career at Washington. The last we saw of Mack, he saw extended time at the end of the Rose Bowl, where the 6'6" signal caller completed 11 of 16 passes for 103 yards. Then we go down to the boom honorable mentions. Xavier Mincy, more experience coming in. Javin James, he's out of Mississippi State, I believe, through the portal. Old lineman, watch out for his name as well. He could definitely make a big impact. Roll Tide full of pride. Caden Jones, Carmelo O'Neal out of the portal as well, 6'4", 200 plus pounds. Connor Talty. Really, his spot will be taken by the kicker out of Marshall or from overseas, Australia, I believe. No disrespect to him, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, man, but that's pretty much it for the live. But like I say, bro, a lot of competition for spring ball. You should be very excited, very happy about the level of competition, the level of talent Bama has in the building. Period. No cap. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Roll Tide full of pride, win, lose, or draw, but we come to win. Lock in, Bama. You hear me, homie? I repeat, lock in, Bama. Roll Tide full of pride. Yeah.